Good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever you are. Welcome to Requiem for Mersey. And we place a scene just towards the end of the Wolf Hunt Festival, a late evening during the weekend at the Fox and Pheasant pub, the local drowning pool where many of the sailors, many of the fishermen go on the eastern side of Mersey to drink away their problems, drink away their issues of the day. And as we zoom into this establishment in a sort of somewhat more remote place on Mersey, on East Mersey, we zoom into a particular figure who is now running the bar. He is in control of a very spiteful old bar lady and the previous manager by the name of Old Joe, who also attends and runs the barkeep. The staff and the customers themselves are violent, aggressive, and brawling. But we will zoom into our new manager, who is now in control of this establishment.
And the new manager being no other than Nathan Baker. He is talking to Julia or Julie or whatever her name is, the old woman behind the counter serving out drinks and everything like that. Almost shouting her down, It's the fifth time she got that order wrong. It's the fifth fucking time that she pulled a pint that was not supposed to be pulled. That fucking woman, if this was London in his mind, it wouldn't fucking go anywhere. She would be out in the streets in a matter of seconds. And old Joe, that fucker, just sitting at the bar ordering whiskey after whiskey after whiskey, and then maybe following up with a Guinness or maybe a good cider or everything like that, but you're not really running the fucking place either. Not giving any help to the man who is actually the brains behind the fucking bunch, that is Nathan Baker. he is he is fucking tired of this, but in all the same, he loves it. He loves it so much. It's the feeling of actually being behind the bar again, as he almost runs the place now, almost as if it is that old place he used to own back in Soho, back in London. And the patrons, although rowdy, although singing, although fighting, although cussing and being the most rowdiest of customers, he loves them all. And all in all, it's been a good night. It's been a good night for the end of the. It's been a good night for the end of the Hunt Festival, and Nathan is waiting for something to happen, almost like he's waiting for Grace to walk through the doors. Just one of these days, he has this date planned how he might get really, really fucking wasted by drinking her blood or something like that. Something she's promised him, but she hasn't come in yet. Sadly enough, and he's left just waiting for something, so for anything to happen besides the usual. And maybe tonight is that night, as someone else is approaching the fox and the pheasant, a new face or an old face to Mercy Island, as we go to Michael and his character Andrew Ramshaw as he's approaching the fox and the pheasant.
Slung under one arm, a plain nondescript package is the first thing we see as the figure approaches the noise of the bar. And for a second there, Andrew stops, and we get a good look at the somewhat chiseled, not necessarily chiseled features, but the somewhat tannish skin that hasn't seen light of the sun for a while, but yet still has that sort of ruddiness to it. That curlyish, sort of blondish hair that though somewhat blonde and somewhat dark in some places. That's like almost down past his ears. As he sort of scratches his chin for a moment, almost distracted by something, as he's looking at the bar and hearing the sounds and everything like that. And yet all those sounds sound so much more heightened, and there's something else. It almost reminds him of like being at one of those clubs a long time ago, where the thrumming of a soundboard kind of going, just a bass line. It just seems weird that an old place like this would have a bass going like that. It's just so weird. The closer he's been getting to it, the more it's been sounding. So, but for a moment, he closes his eyes and focuses and goes in, and there's the sound of people singing and people doing it, but underneath all that, there's that thump, 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 thump. It's just echoing over there, and it's in his mind. He's just thinking, it's like, oh God, who on earth would put a DJ in this place? What kind of place has that kind of a thing going on? And God, could he use a drink and maybe some time to focus? Walks up to the bar here, looking all like someone. So to most people who would see him, it's like something about him seems familiar. Maybe Boy Next Door, maybe something else. Something about him seems familiar, like they've seen him, but they wouldn't know exactly where to place him. Before he walks up to the bar and actually almost shouting, trying to drown out the sound of the thump, thump, thump that seems to be going through his ears. Hi, can I talk to one of you for a minute? And there's almost like a very sort of Aussie sort of accent to it as well.
As you raise your voice, are you? Here's the question: are you kindred or something like that? Are you a bloodsucker?
It takes a moment. It would take you a little bit to realize it, but yes, he is.
Yeah,
he looks a lot lively.
If you both, sorry to interrupt, but yeah, if you both don't use your obfuscate, you're both aware of your beast. You sense another kindred. You sense your beasts pressing against each other.
So as Andrews raises his voice, this feeling of feralness, of wildness, of the beast and everything like it. It's you felt it before. You felt it before when you've seen, or maybe haven't seen or met anyone like that before. But it's this sense of really feral beast that looks upon you behind the bar as he comes to you, standing right in front of you, and looks you up and down, almost with his judging eyes. You can see this man covered in tattoos up to his neck, his knuckles, his fingers, his pulled up shirt even revealing more tattoos of beasts, of mythical beings. And he just nods to you and says, "Right, mate, what can I get you?"
Something to drown out the noise. He says this, and he's like putting his finger to his ear, trying to like shake the sound that he's just hearing, that bump, 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 bump. That seems to be that steady rhythm that only he can probably hear, but no one else can.
Mate, you see, the noise you've been hearing isn't some weird thing you can shut out. Just embrace it, smell it, taste it, and you'll be fine. Right? Just look at that guy over there, and he points just slightly down the bar, and he looks at him as if he is a prey. He bends over a little bit to you. Look at that guy, eh? The pulse in his veins is going up his fucking neck. Can you hear it? Going.
Um,
Boom, boom.
Unfortunately, due to your blood pool, yes, you do hear it, and you hear it very
Yeah.
loudly, very
Yeah.
temptingly, very openly. And
and,
there
uh,
may be a role involved, but I'll let you play that.
yeah. There's a moment there where there's almost like a glaze, and this is the weirdest thing for you, because as much as you push forward with your beast, with the presence of that, the thing is you haven't felt anything fight back. You know he's kindred, you know that, but just something seems a little off in the fact that like whatever it is with his beast, it hasn't like pushed out. It hasn't like fought back or anything. It's almost like it's behind something, like it's being like caged by something, like some barrier is keeping it from pushing out. And yet for a moment you see his eyes sort of almost glaze over, and you almost feel something ooze out almost to the eyes. And then for a moment there's like a shake of the head. That's mighty fine of an offer for you there, but I think I'll be fine. I have a package to deliver, and he's trying his best just to like drown out the sound and that horrible feeling
Okay.
deep down.
I think we need to make a simple roll here to determine. It won't happen exactly now, but it determines what's going to happen. So this would be your resolve and composure, but due to your hunger, which is only 3. So minusing 2 dice.
So there's only 2 dice to roll.
2 dice. I shall roll those for you. You may spend willpower at any point. I must state that now. Otherwise, I'll just roll 2 dice.
Yeah, go ahead and spend a willpower.
Okay, so 1 willpower point. So that is minusing 1. You plus 3 dice.
5 total.
So it's 5 total. You can trade that for an auto, or just roll.
You know what? It's more interesting if it's just a roll.
Okay, we will roll the dice. Oh, yes, you're fine. Plus, so it does explode, but no, it's fine. So yes, you do manage to contain yourself and hold the beast in.
So just this weirdness for you with the presence of the beast is just like that oozingness comes out, and then suddenly it just sucks right back in. And even though you know what you're talking to is a kindred, it's almost very disconcerting at the fact that you're not feeling any pressure, no fight back from the beast.
The man looks you up and down, and almost like in a very audible way goes, right. Package, right. Gimme.
Yeah, no, this is to go to and I'm putting my hand in my ears. I'm like begging you closer to like whisper it down, despite the sound that seems to be pulsing through my head here. Go to the Skinner.
Yes. Might. You see, anything the Skinner gets, I can get. Just give it. Just put it on the bar.
I would love to do that. I'd love anything that just to put a bar and leave it away, but I made a promise. I think it's family business.
All right. An audible sigh comes from Nathan as he looks to old Joe behind the bar, out on his 5th whiskey and 5th Guinness. And he says, "Old man, Joe."
Fuck you.
Get a boss. Pup here wants to talk him.
You want the boss up here? What for?
There's a package only to be delivered to the boss.
All right. He grabs a glass of whiskey and just drowns it and drinks it back, and even sips a little bit of the pint of Guinness that he has left, but then just drops it and looks to you as if you've been really rude, as if you just barking orders at him. But he waddles off. You can hear him coughing. He sort of proceeds to the back room behind the bar, and you're left on your own for a few minutes until he comes back.
And with that, a glass comes up to Andrew, and it's filled with a real ale, something Adnams, something local, and it's slightly pushed over to you, tempting you to drink it. But however, if you want to drink it or not, or if you even can drink it, that's up to you, even if you are tempted. And Nathan says to you, a glass in the house, as is tradition. And what's your name, boy?
The name's and for a moment he almost seems like double over from the sound and something else roiling inside. It's Andrew. Andrew's my name.
Andrew, you new to this whole state of being?
It's only been about maybe a few months now, he says, and he does reach for the glass, and there's a moment where he is about to drink it, but as soon as it touches his lips, something goes like it's not there. But he does hold it there for a moment, breathing it in and trying to capture some memories of some long ago, but there's something else just ba-bum, 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 before he puts it back down. And there's still a little bit of the foam on his lips there, but he's just his eyes are closed and
Andrew, you like theater? You like operas and everything like that? Literature?
Yeah, actually I did some acting a long time ago, actually.
That's great. You ever heard of William Shakespeare's play Julius Caesar?
Yes, Caesar.
So, Andrew, I'm gonna give you a tip here from my point of view. So, in Act 3, Scene 1, line 273, in William Shakespeare's Julius Caesar, is the line "Cry havoc and slip the dogs of war," right? And that encapsulates so much passion from Marcus Antonius, Caesar's right hand, and when he utters these words, claiming to revenge Caesar for being stabbed in the back and everything like that. But what you need to know is one thing, and alter these words a little bit. Cry havoc, and don't be afraid to slip the dog. Because what you're doing right now, you're fighting, right? Everything that is going on, that small dun 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 dun, and I can hear from over there as well as it points to a crowded corner of the bar. You can hear them all, right? Every little one of them. Don't be afraid. Just let the little beast inside you run wild for a while, snap at the other small beasts. It's something you will learn. It'll help you learn.
I keep, and there's almost a point where he just slams his hand on the bar, and there's actually almost a moment, despite the fact he doesn't look as strong as he does. There's a moment like a real thicker there, as though he's trying to drown out the sound for a moment there. It might almost crack the bar just a little bit there, so apologies on that, but I'm sure you can react appropriate. But it's just I keep hearing this stuff about beasts and dogs, and I don't understand what you people are talking about. It's really starting to annoy me as much as this sound is.
Andrew, you want me to show you what the beast is?
I don't know. I don't know if I want to. I just want to deliver a package, and I just want to get this sound out of my head. It's going through my head.
Andrew, you know what it is? That's your beast telling you that you're fucking hungry. Look at the girl right there, down the aisle a little bit, just by the entrance to the bar. She's about to go for a smoke. Why don't you follow her and just take a sip? It'll
Maybe.
it all out.
Sorry, Tim. So I'm happy for you to roleplay this all out or make it a role, because I think this is Michael, your character trying to resist, and Eric, your character trying to tempt.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you to roleplay that, or if you want to roll to contest it.
No. Michael, go ahead and say whatever you want to do. I'm fine just role playing it out.
The only reason I'm wanting to do a roll is for specific reasons. But if something if it rolls, I already spent my willpower, so obviously no willpower on this one.
Yeah,
I'm more than welcome to take a chance die on this, because it's
No, I think a contested roll, because I think the willpower roll was for your sake. But Eric, you're really tempting him. You're pushing it, and this is a contested roll. I think this is how we should do it. So, Eric, I think what would be good for you is your presence plus persuasion, and Michael, this would be your resolve and. I'm trying to think what would be
Resolve composure is
resolve and composure. Yes, I think that's basically resolve, composure versus persuasion and presence.
one singular.
You're gonna have to roll. You'll have to
I can roll for you 4 dice.
Yep.
4 dice.
And that is 0 successes.
No, so I'll let you roll this way, but basically, yes, you are persuaded and dominated by Eric's character's wishes.
So I lean down a little bit and touch your shoulder, and just briefly move your cheek and your face towards her, and says, like, just listen to it. Ba-boom. Ba-boom. Just follow her out. I'll be fine. Come back when you're done. Don't drink too much.
There's a moment where that sort of like glaze almost happens, and there's almost a moment where tongue sort of flicks out just a moment. And, oh, right. As she goes out to her smoke, he follows. The way he's walking isn't necessarily like almost like a drunkard, almost just the way he's walking after her. In a way, something's just not right about the way he's walking. So she goes out. She's there by the bar. In that nice quiet spot in the darkness, she lights up the smoke. His head's low, eyes low to the ground for a moment, and yet he can hear her heartbeat. Boom, 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 boom. She lights her lighter. There's no reaction as the shadows of that light fly from there. That's that weird sound that makes her just jump for a moment, and before she gets a moment to even think, there's suddenly a hand right across her face. And hands stronger than marble, start pulling her away. no one hears the screams over the sound of the crashing of glasses and the songs of merriment and stuff as fingers dive into the sides of her cheeks and just start pulling and pulling and pulling up and across and past her ears, and blood's just pouring down, and suddenly there's just this moment of just pure ecstasy just crossing over him through this threshold as just pure blood just pouring in through him. It takes the leftover blood of what's left of her mutilated corpse, and it just starts to paint for a moment on one side. Before it finally comes back to some degree of senses, and it walks over to a puddle, one of those puddles, and starts washing. So weird the way it moves and washes. Just washes its face a bit. It washes its hands. Before it starts to walk back. As it starts walking back, the walk starts to sort of steady itself a bit. Steady itself. As it starts walking more steadily, more straight. And in walks Andrew, perfectly clear-headed, clear-minded, small little few specks soaked into some parts of his shirt as he sits down, but thankfully that noise is gone. As he sits down, oh, I think you were right, I needed a walk.
Yeah, Andrew, right? You good? You can feel it, right? How quiet it got. How everything is now just great, and that feeling of liquid inside you almost making your knees bend. Isn't it right? Isn't that right? Yeah?
I give a look at you, like, for a moment, it's like I almost don't know what you're talking about. And I just go, but at that moment I decide, you know what, better just humor him because I'm feeling a lot better. I may not know about, but better style. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good.
Feeling pretty good. Good. Because we can't have people just being all antsy and up about this place, really. Especially when you're meeting a boss.
Yeah, I could imagine that. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, good. So, Andrew.
Yeah, and I don't think I ever got your name. Sorry. You're new. I've been here.
You can call me.
But Nathan. Okay, Nathan. Yeah. Sorry. Nice to meet you, Nathan. And sorry for my behavior earlier. It's still some things I'm getting used to.
No. No, Andrew, you knew, and everything is just going to be all fine. But well, where are you from, Andrew? Where are you from? Here or London or somewhere else?
Actually, Australia.
Australia.
Hmm.
That's pretty far away.
It's pretty far away. Yeah, and to be completely honest, I'm not exactly sure how I got here exactly. It's mostly bits and pieces.
Bits and pieces.
Mm. Like there's moments uh, like there's moments I know I'm waking up, and then there's other moments where I'm in landscapes I'm familiar with, like parts of the city and the lights. There was another where boat for a week, and that was like lucid for a while there. And I'm not really sure how I got on the boat. And then I was in London, and London was a place I was somewhat familiar with when I was there last. And despite the fact he has a very clear like presence and that nature, that boy next door, that person that seems familiar, there's definitely a degree of awkwardness about him. Like he's very, well, like not necessarily unsure of himself, but definitely just like he's definitely one of those people who when he meets new people, it's very he needs to warm up a little.
No,
Um,
no. No, no, Andrew, it's okay. It's all okay. It's all okay. You know, things happen. Everything happens for a reason, or whatever you people say. Now, I think it's gonna be a while until the Skinner gets back. But tell me, and no one's listening, and everyone who is listening doesn't really care. What clan are you, Andrew?
um, Clan?
Clan.
Um, I've I've heard about some of them. I mean, I know I'm not Nosferatu. I think I'd freak people out a bit more if I was. And I the Gangrel doesn't seem right either, at least from what I've heard about the Gangrel. Um, to be honest, I honestly don't know. I think my benefactor said I'm probably Deva.
Who's your benefactor, Andrew?
Um, he was like, you're. To be honest, I know throwing names out of the family isn't kosher. Sometimes it upsets her when I talk about the Skinner, but it's Little Red.
Oh right, yeah, of course. Oh, okay, okay. No, Andrew, I must let you know now that however you feel about it, and you're always welcome here. And when you come to the Fox and the Pheasant, you should know that you're among friends, and everyone here wants really to help you, and me included. That's why I made you. That's why I made you feed tonight, because you
You
see,
made me what?
feed, eat, drink.
Oh, I'm gonna take your word on that, cause I mean I'm feeling a lot better, so I'm gonna take your word on that.
Yeah, you feel a lot better, yeah? Yeah,
Yeah. I'm
yeah,
feeling a lot better.
yeah, good. Nah, you see, mate, because we don't want any trouble here, yeah? You don't want any trouble here, yeah?
Oh no, I don't. I don't really want trouble.
Nah, nah. We just want to keep it cool,
Mhm.
and with this cool feeling that we want to have right now is when you come here next time, try to keep yourself fed. Would you, mate?
I'll um I'll keep that in mind.
No worries, no worries. I'll I'll and he'll step out from behind the bar and move away a little bit, and he'll move down a couple of stairs, and Nathan will actually go and check on the old man of the sea, the old Joe character, if he's actually coming up with the Skinner or not.
Yes, after a period of time, while you're talking, let's just say you turn your head back to the back room, and yes, you see old Joe move up the steps. You hear the clanking of the wood, the breaking of the old steps, and him, rumbling, talking, sort of mumbling under his breath. But in tow behind him is the Skinner figure. He is somewhat annoyed. It's hard to tell with him. He always looks brooding. He always looks annoyed. But he seems to slowly walk up the steps. And as he emerges, he looks both at you with that sort of look of, is everything okay? Is everything secure? And of course, to nod back, yes, it's fine, it's safe. Would you convey a sense of worry, perhaps, a sense of concern?
He'll, as he comes up, actually, Nathan will look at him and look to Andrew, and he'll just mouth the words "Little Red's puppet."
Okay. Yeah, he instantly sort of looks to you as if, what the fuck's going on? Why am I up here? But as soon as you say those words, his expression changes to, actually, yeah, you've not seen him do this for a while, but his expression changes to one of a smile, one of joy, one of glee, as he sort of turns and looks to...
Sorry, I recognize that picture. I had to laugh.
As he turns and looks at this confused individual, this awkward boy next door creature sat by the bar with this package, of course. And he looks and just sort of goes, oh, well then, friend of hers is a friend of mine. What's your name, stranger?
And when Andrew gets up, he'd been practicing this since like almost the night of that Little Red gave him the mission, practicing putting on this show, this sort of performance and stuff. So when he stands up, the individual you had been talking to almost seems to melt away. That awkward boy next door melts away, and now there's this individual who seems not necessarily a tough guy, but definitely someone who seems a lot more certain, a lot more assured in his skin, and definitely a lot more confidence. It's almost like a complete transformation from the awkward individual who seemed confused and trying to trying to deal with his hunger. Now it almost seems like just someone who can deal with what's happening, deal with the people around him, deal with this individual who's looking at him like a grinning hyena. My name's Andrew. Andrew Ramshaw. I'm sure, as from the sounds of it, you are already aware of who I'm representing. Mostly it's just a favor for her, but she's insisted I give you this, as he puts the package. And she specifically specified that only you should have it. And
okay, we'll do a simple roll now. This will determine stuff for later. If you both could give me a wits and empathy roll, minusing 3, which is this individual's composure.
Okay, and would motivations be a good appropriate?
Oh
question?
yes, motivations would definitely apply to this.
Let me.
I'll roll for you, Michael, if you'd like.
I need to grab up my sheet. Sorry.
No problem. So wits and empathy, minusing 3.
I'm just gonna run off to the toilet. I'll be right back.
No problem.
I believe my wits was my empathy was only 2, so but I'm trying to remember my wits.
I think your wits is 2 at least.
No, wits is 3. Wits
Okay.
3. So that would have been 6. So I'm only rolling 3.
Okay, 3 dice. Let's see what happens. One success. And I'll let Eric roll his in a moment. Yeah, sorry, carry on. If you wish to add it. Yeah, as you say this, this package has come from Little Red or your family. He nods and he sort of, again, this continuous smile. And I'll describe in a moment what will occur. We'll let Eric roll those dice in a moment. But he seems to smile and just sort of nod. He doesn't touch the package or go near the package. He kind of, as if gestures for you to follow him to an upper level of the bar, an upper level of the pub. It's a sort of a tavern. It's very vast, very big pub. And he gestures for you to follow him and to walk up to these upper levels. But as you do this, he kind of gestures for either you or Eric to take the package and to follow him.
I probably pick up the package.
Oh, yeah. So he looks to you and he just like, so, how long you been with my dear little sister?
About 3 months. I want to say about 3 months. Yeah.
Oh, she's kept you hidden for 3 months. She does love her little secrets, her little pets.
I'm certain she does, but regardless, it's the only thing I was needing was a place to stay, and she provided me that.
No. I don't mean to cause any offense. There's a lot of individuals here on Mersey claiming sanctuary. Some have gone to the Reverend, some have gone to the Little Red, and some have come, well, the smarter ones have come to me. Again, he says this as he walks up the steps. To describe this to you, Eric, you're both walking up these steps to the upper level of the pub, which is a bit more secure, a bit more private. There's a lot more sort of little booze areas to drink. There's a few lights. It's very dimly lit. And as he proceeds up there, yes, the barmaid will go up to him and whisper something in his ear. It's obvious what is said. It's said like, yes, I've dealt with this. A local girl, such and such, she's dead. Her body has been dragged out. It's the usual code words of yes, we've had another victim type thing. He just simply nods, doesn't even acknowledge it, doesn't even seem to give a response to it. As you proceed up, and he kind of gestures for both of you to sit in this booth. And he gestures to you, Eric, to open the package. And this is where I'd like you to make your roll, which was wits and empathy -3.
What's an empathy -3? Okay. That's 1 single dice.
Okay.
Actually, do I get plus dice because I'm bloodbound to this motherfucker?
No, that's more like blood sympathy.
Oh.
So yes, no. Unfortunately, don't get any plus dice things.
Just asking. Boop. That is done.
Explode.
Okay. So it's both obvious to you because of your successes. As you put this package down, and it's obvious as you're walking up, as he looks at the package, he's really not. He doesn't want to touch it. He doesn't want to go near it. He doesn't want anything to do with it. He smiles. He seems to keep a strong composure, a sense of I'm in charge, I'm secure. But there's definitely something just making him a bit tense, a bit awkward. And as you unravel the package,
wait. I'm not gonna. As I see it, as I might have been carrying the package and everything like that, but
I think Michael's been carrying the package.
Okay. As he mentions to me to actually unravel the package, I'm just gonna take the bar cloth and unravel the package, actually not touching it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, just using the bar cloth to unravel this thing, actually not touching it, because Nathan is many things, And paranoid is the first most thing he is. So he's not gonna even touch anything that might be booby trapped by blood magic. At least in his mind.
No. There's nothing. You don't feel anything strange, nothing odd about the package. It's just the reaction he's giving is very strange, very odd. You've not seen him this tense. Perhaps even a little bit of a blood sweat from his lower cheek just emerges, but he quickly wipes it away, trying to hide it. But as you sit down in this sort of private booth, he sort of stands up in the middle of this upper area. He doesn't sit down with you, but he seems to be pacing back and forth. And as you unravel the package, it reveals an ivory comb. A very simple, small ivory comb with this silver, what appears to be a metallic sort of silver laced back that sort of covers and embellishes and beautifies this item. And if you'd like to examine it, that would be a crafts intelligence roll.
Nah. I don't have any craft intelligence. I mean, I have
Alright, well,
intelligence, but I don't have any craft, so that would be just 0 dice anyway. So
yeah. I'm happy if you just want to simply say no.
Not even. Nah. He doesn't know what it is. It's just a comb of sorts.
I would say you'd at least have at least one dot in craft to be able to figure out what this comb is.
Nah, he doesn't have any good arts in craft. So he's just like, oh, fucking no.
Michael, was there any dice there for you? Or?
I'm trying. Yeah. I'm trying to think. What were appropriate? Sorry.
Intelligence craft. I would say you'd at least need one dot in crafts. Otherwise,
I do actually. I have 2 in crafts actually. So intelligence craft.
Yes, intelligence craft. Straight roll.
4 dice then.
Okay, 4 dice. Let's see what happens. I get 2 successes. I will message you later what the ivory comb is made of and what.
So I'm trying to remember if the taste might actually apply.
No, taste wouldn't apply. But I will message you the details of the comb later to keep it secret and less revealed, not as revealed. But this individual seems to really not like the comb, distrusts the comb. As he looks, and he just simply sort of goes, and he starts to laugh, as if, again, because you've succeeded in your roles, it's as if he's been insulted, as if this is provocation, as if he's not happy. He's pacing back and forth. He's not very happy, and he seems to hit a table very angrily, and he breaks the table in 2 with ease, without effort, but he still has this smile, this grin, this look as he looks to you. But it's as if he's dealing with something for a moment, and you're both left on your own for a few seconds, a few minutes, if you'd like to talk.
There's a moment as I'm watching him do his thing, and he breaks the table in half in like absolute ease, just absolute ease, and there's just this real sense of horror come over me, like, oh shit, what he did to that table, he could probably do to me very easily. And for a moment, that composure that false facade that I had put over myself falters for just a moment. And then something almost seems to flow right into it. Something in the back of my mind, don't break character, is the thought that comes in my head. And so for a moment, I just sort of disguise the action of the flinching for a moment as just a sort of crack of my neck. So inside, I'm shaking. I'm like absolutely terrified. But on the outside, cool, stone cold hand, like some gunner from an old western.
I'd go for you, Eric. You've never seen him like this. He's not one to lose his cool, but this is the first time you've seen it.
Nathan flinches just for a moment and then just shuts the fuck up. I mean, he knows enough to just shut the fuck up. He's been in a big pack of gang wolves before. And when people get angry, at least when Nathan is the smallest and the weakest motherfucker there, he just shuts the fuck up, and maybe he'll take less of a beating. So he just shuts the freaking fuck up. As said, just watching, waiting for anything to come out of the Skinner's mouth.
After a while, he smashes this table in two, and you sense his beast emerging. You see those eyes go red, yellow, that glow of a predator, the glow of a kindred. But then you can feel him forcing it down, forcing it into himself. And again, his back is turned to you as you just see this sort of shadowy figure just controlling. And you hear sort of a breath that's released. Of course, it's fake. He's activated Blush of Health as if to help remind him that he's human, remind him not to let the beast out. And there's that sense of control, that sense of purpose, that sense of strength, as he kind of just relaxes, eases. He puts his hands behind his back and he looks to you with this broad smile, once again going, what an interesting package you've delivered. And Lil Red sent you, innocent little thing. You owe me a service. There's a body downstairs that needs cleaned. You're going to tidy that up. You, my dear friend, my dear brother, let this happen. You're going to assist. There's another body downstairs. It's an individual that I need disposal of. Both of you owe me duty to clean this mess. 2 bodies. Tip them off the shore of Mersey. Joe will show you where. Would you mind, my dear brother, to place that package with Joe? I need to go. I need to go somewhere. I need to speak to someone. Please excuse me, but obey my orders. If you don't, I'll come see you soon.
I don't think either of us want that. And that's just the way it's said, despite the threat and everything. It's just like calm, like 1,000-yard stare, almost military drill sergeant. It's just eerie. Just the especially down below was that awkward boy next door, but now there's this man standing here, almost like I said, like an old hand at the Wild West.
Nathan just nods a little bit and he says, "Yeah, of course. I'll clean up, and I am a fault."
Yeah, it's as if he's giving you a task, to obey, to command, but it's as if he needs to go. He needs to leave straight now. It's as if he's put a lot of will and effort to keep himself as he is, as sensible and as organized as he is. And he doesn't even kind of walk down the steps. He kind of just gives you a nod and jumps off the 2nd floor balcony onto the 1st floor, and then proceeds to kind of leave, to kind of even jump out the door. And as you hear this, you just hear the cries of a dog or a wolf or some creature as it emerges. Of course, the bar staff, the locals don't pay any attention. They don't give any notice. They've learned their lessons. And I think we will happily begin to end scene there. But final thoughts between both captains.
It's the moment that he leaves, not necessarily the moment. There's like a beat or two. 1, 2, after the howl. 1, 2. The facade drops. That finally, that character that had been kept in Andrew's mind to portray, that put forward to show no fear, show no barely even wince at the Skinner, to show no fear, as was instructed by Little Red. to never give him a moment to consider that there might be a weakness in his personality or his stature. Now that he's gone, and for a moment he considers whether he's gone, he collapses down into the booth, and there's panting. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck just happened? And there's almost beads of sweat. No, and for a moment Andrew thinks it's sweat, but he almost doesn't realize that it's blood that he's sweating. He all he sees is the sweat. He doesn't realize it's the blood that's sweating from his brow. But that's just that panic, that realization that for a moment, just because he delivered this package, just believe, for a moment he saw something horrible that could have just broke him in two. Oh God, what just happened?
And as Andrew is having a small, real panic attack as the skinny just left, Nathan just stands up a little bit, shakes himself off a little, and he stands for a second, 2 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, shakes it off once again, and pats Andrew on the back a little bit and says, "Mate, I didn't think you really had it in you. But you killed that worldie. She dead now. I hope you're happy about yourself. Hope it tastes good. Clean that up good, would you?" And he just begins to move down the stairs.
What? And for a moment, it's just like there's no comprehension. None from what has just been explained as he's going down. And I'm just thinking to myself, did I kill someone? No, I would have remembered that. How could you forget something like that? How could you not know? But there's nothing. No memory, no recollection, nothing. Sort of wipe. Well, realize it, a memory thought, I don't want to go down and see a body, no matter how bad it looks. But I saw what he could do to a table. So I put my fingers on lace my hands together, start thinking, I start trying to compose something composing something in my head. And then there's like sounds I'm testing out, different accents, different manners of speaking, different things. Dr. Ramshaw. Dr. Ramshaw. Dr. Ramshaw. Dr. Ramshaw here. I heard you have a body. And then he stands up. It's a different person now. Someone more authoritarian. He even flicks his hair back as best he can to bring it back to like pull it close down to his scalp. And as he walks down, it's a different gait. It's a different manner. As he walks down steps towards where a body needs to be disposed of. And I was called for a doctor. I'm a doctor. But deep inside, that awkward boy putting on a role, putting on a performance, not breaking character inside, something inside him is dying.
As this proceeds, as this madness of different characters, as one person leaves the pub, as another individual seems to leave the situation, and this other character who seems to change himself. The old individual by the name of Old Joe just simply witnesses all this as he kind of climbs up the stairs and sees his regent, his master, leave, sees his boss simply walk aside, and sees this individual claiming himself a doctor and ready to dispose of body. He just pulls a very deep draw from his cigarette, breathes it in, the toxic tar-like fumes, and breathes out as if another simple day, another simple night on Mersey. Proceeds to pick up the package and take this individual who claims himself a doctor away to dispose of this body, this corpse that they find themselves dealing with in the Fox and Pheasant pub. And with that, I believe we will happily end scene. Thank you for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed it.